Hello everyone, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So we just had an interesting conversation with Sayori. Yuri gave us a book to read, and nothing too untoward has happened just yet, but there is a content advisory notice on this game as soon as you open it. So, viewer beware. Nothing weird has happened yet, though. So, I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. Maybe with a kiss on my goodness. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it is impossible to tell with you sometimes. I'm only joking when I'm serious. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monika suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Oh, goody, I wrote a good one. It was pretty. Yay! Cassandra, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Ugh. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook, but... pardon me. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook, like a proper poemist. It's not pianist, poet. There we go, poet. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Aha. Who should I show my poem to first? Sayori is the best friend. So let's do that. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all, my childhood friend. The bestest. Oh my goodness! This is so good, Cassandra! Huh? I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer! Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why! Because I have no idea what I like either! Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little bit more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Cassandra poem! It makes so much more sense! And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest because she's just that cute. You're so weird, Sayori. Ugh, why am I even friends with you? I'm too edgy for this. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of, it reminds me that you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. It's kind of the place we're in right now. Anyways. Oh, well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Cassandra. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Even if people really think you are. Trying new things like this is for other people. That's something only really good people do. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, mostly being cute girls and the occasional cupcake. I'd sell my soul for a cupcake. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined, so nah. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you testing me to wish away a rainy day? Trusting me. Trusting, not testing. I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, I feel like she got derailed towards the end there. Okay. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Why would you think that? Why would you even consider? Well, maybe just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit on a yes or no question. Oh, I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Bless your heart. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day and also the tastiest and involves the least amount of vegetables. I get all cranky if I don't have my breakfast. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thank you for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Sweet. So, let's go to Monica next. Monica. Hi, Cassandra. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things like that up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Cassandra. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we'll all have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, for instance. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. So she's basically the one who's like, so you're gonna go on that romantic path or that romantic path, depending on what you wrote. So I guess that makes sense. You sure you're not reading into it a little too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure that, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot, like literature clubs. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find whatever suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else would write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Except that's exactly what the little minigame is trying to tell you in the first place, so whatever. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? It's just my character. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Oh, it scrolls. Okay. Whoa, that's very scroll. Okay. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the speckle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas! Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That's kind of spooky. That's kind of spooky. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. And a lot of snaps, you know? What's the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Someone punched a hole in my wall from the next apartment over, and I'm just really pissed about it, but, you know, there's a story behind everything, and I was just, you know, I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never end up making any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Tomoda. She's the Tomoda of this game. Ha. Sorry. I was just remembering Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, manga writer Nozaki, and female shoujo manga writer Nozaki, and it's comedy. It's actually in Shonen Jump, I think. But anime, whatever. But there's this one episode where Nozaki and his friend are playing a otome romance game, like this one. And they're playing through it, and they go through all the characters and everything, and at the end, they just get really attached to the friend character, who's like the main character's best friend, and who's like the resource and the guy who like helps get the main character together with his chosen girl. And at the end, they just have to write a fan comic, to make Tomoda happy. And they realized, through it all, that the person that Tomoda would end up with, if given his choice, was the protagonist. And it was the most adorable and sweetest thing ever. And so that's what I was thinking of when I was looking at Monica's lines. She's the Tomoda of this game. So Yuri, what do you have to say? Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, that's not her voice. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. I see. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. Oh, poor baby. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. And me to the battery pack. Lying about how long it's going to take to record things, but whatever. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Oh, right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor, it totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might just take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Pardon me. Well... never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if this is a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? So, oh, it's cursive. Oh no, ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the purest, present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. These girls have a lot of free-form poetry, and I'm more used to, like, straight, not Sherlock, Shakespeare. Very line, rhyming schemes and sonnets and couplets and all those things. And the free-form's weird. Free-form poetry is weird to me. I don't understand it, really. I'm sorry, I have such terrible No, honey. No. You have cursive handwriting. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's glorious handwriting. Have you seen my handwriting? This is my handwriting. Look at that. It's terrible. I have maybe even the worst handwriting. It's chicken scratch. Your handwriting is glorious, Yuri. I wasn't thinking that at all. No, seriously. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, as I was saying. Well, that's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Cassandra. Really? I must have totally missed the point. They were changing the bulbs on the street lamps so that they're a different kind of bulb, and they no longer have the yellow glow, they have a green glow instead. Well, I suppose you only did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. I don't remember you writing about a ghost at all, honestly. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Whoa. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Oh, it's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. She's sweet. Alright. Last person, then. Whoop. There we go. Hello, Pink. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Music for this series. I only read one line, but the music combined with that line. Oh, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end and then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Maybe so. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Pachoo. I decided to humor her with that last comment. Okay. Pat, pat, pat. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Her nose is growing like 10 feet at this point. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I got to glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, but okay. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Well, come at me, bros. What up? Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into, huh? Just chasing cute tail. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes slammed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in some frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant... Natsuki, it was adorable. It was so cute. You have no idea. The language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Cassandra over there, Sayori liked it, and Cassandra did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. First of all, fuck off! I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Cassandra liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it, so there. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Oh, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Cassandra appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Cassandra started showing up. Natsuki, no, look who's packing. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Cassandra, she's just trying to make me look bad. I'm not packing my breasts, I swear. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making all your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Cassandra. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's not the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Cassandra? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? And with that, I'll leave you guys till the next episode. So, thank y'all for watching. Bye!